Warning, there will be spoilers for The Eminence in Shadow. If you haven't watched it, go and watch it. I highly suggest it. Really good anime. Okay, love you, bye. So, you've decided to return to the channel. We welcome you. We're doing another anime review. You're welcome. So, let's get this out of the way. First of all, the last anime review we did was fucking insane. I was not expecting that much, so thank you. You guys are fucking awesome. Anyways, today we are back with another anime review. So let's get this out of the way. There will be spoilers for The Eminence in Shadow. That's a banger anime, alright? It is another isekai. Of this world. So, for those of you who aren't really interested in anime, let's give a little bit of a little explanation of what this anime genre is. This is isekai, which is where you die and come back to life, either in a different world or as later on in that same universe.
End of flashback.
The show just started releasing its second season, but today we'll only be covering the first season, and this is another wild one, alright? And this one's actually really good. This is actually like a decent anime, like a decent isekai anime. So, we're gonna get into it. Here's how the anime starts. Our main character, who we later know as Shadow, his name is Sid Kagano in the second world, but we know him in this first world, the original world he's from is Kagano. So I will only refer to him as Shadow because it's way too much fucking just Sid, Shadow, Sid, Shadow. He's two different people, okay? Shadow is one person now. Okay. So he is a vigilante and kind of fucking broken already, but only works in the night. So, like Batman, except two huge differences. One, he doesn't want to be the main character. And two, he is absolutely batshit insane. Here's how he dies. He is in the woods slamming his head into fucking trees because he wants magic. Fucking magic. And he goes fucking feral and jumps into the road and gets fucking obliterated by Truck-kun. If you know, you know. Anyway, so now we enter this new world with an absolute fucking psychopath, okay? Like fucking Christ. Now in this new world, he has an older sister that he always makes her look stronger because he doesn't want to be the main character. And by the way, he has the powers of fucking God. Yeah, before we see how insane his powers are, we just see him killing people who are terrorizing villages and stuff, and converts. This is where we kind of start to see how fucking broken he is, because he uses all of his or not all of his magic, but a good amount of his magic. Oh yeah, they have magic in this universe now. Anyways, to convert some monster into a fucking elf. Into an elf. And she becomes loyal to him, and he completely bullshits a fake fucking enemy that, you know, ends up being an actual fucking enemy. Yeah, he names her Alpha. She's also fucking nutty. We'll get into her later on when she matters. She doesn't matter yet. And he only does this during the night, so more of Batman, but, you know, like I said, he's batshit insane and is God and doesn't want to be the main character. So, you know. Now, let's get into, you know, we do a little skip, the time jump between a little bit. They kind of just rush through his childhood about, you know, him getting more and more elves and shit. But we get a little bit of a thing where, you know, Shadow Garden goes and helps out Claire Cogano, which is Shadow's sister. And he just bullshits everything. He bullshits so much, and it just happens to be right. So he's God. Nobody knows he's God, but he's God. Anyways, we get to the first day or first couple days of high school for him, and he loses a bet, so he has to go and ask out the Princess Alexia Midgar. Midgar is the kingdom that they are in. So she's princess of that kingdom, at least one of them. We'll get into her sister later on because she becomes important later. So she denies fucking anyone and everyone, but for some reason she's like, yeah, you'll do. And she does it because she doesn't want the guy who is set up to court her. And for court, that means, you know, marrying. Yeah, I think y'all got that. I hope. Anyways, when we find this out, he's all like, well, why do you want me to do this? And she's like, here's money. Here's fucking money. And he's like, oh, yes, I fucking have to do this because that's how I'm going to pay for Shadow Garden. Oh, money, 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 money. He's a greedy motherfucker and he's God and nobody knows he's fucking God! Anyways, he tries to be the most mundane man. Foreshadowing. That he could possibly be. Until we find out how fucking broken he is. Like, we already knew he was kind of fucking broken, but, like, he becomes fucking insanely broken. Because there's some sort of attack of what is the cult name? It is the Cult of Diablos. And they take away Alexia and, you know, the Midgard Kingdom thinks it's our boy Shadow because that's who she was last seen with. But we kind of figure out that the guy who's trying to court her is the guy who is leading this attack from the Cult of Diablos. She's trying to get into the Knights of the Rounds. I think it's the 12 Knights of the Rounds? Something like that. Table of the Rounds. Dude, look. I don't remember what they're called. I only remember, like, the main plot points. And technically it's a main plot point, but, like, we rarely ever hear it. We don't see anybody from it. We see one person from it. We'll get to that later. Let's continue. Shadow goes and kills the guy who's trying to court Alexia. And look, this is where we kind of figure out how broken Shadow is. Because, like, he just messes around, right? He's just like, yeah, you know, I'm just gonna you know, I'm attacking. He's gonna go take some fucking demon pills and try to go sicko mode. But the main attacker is just all like, how the fuck do you keep on doing this? And then Shadow's just like, oh yeah, by the way, I have been learning to concentrate all of my magic so much that I become a fucking atomic bomb. Bro becomes an atomic fucking bomb. An atomic fucking bomb. And like I said, he's just fucking toying around with the dude too. Like, he didn't need to do it. He just did it because he wanted to and because he fucking could. Like I said, fucking God. Alright? God. And by the way, we're only 4 to 5 episodes into this show. Like, this is a 20 episode season. So that's the first arc. That's our first arc we get. So on to the next arc, where we are formally introduced to some of the other elves like Beta and Gamma, and we get a lot of the other elves, but they kind of don't matter. Beta and Gamma are like the main ones. We'll get into the ones that like actually matter later, but you know, we kind of meet some of them like Delta. Like I said, we'll get to her when we get to her. We get a little info, like I said, of some of the other characters that are in Shadow Garden, but we'll get to those when we get to those when they actually matter, like I said. Also in this arc, we get a little bit, we get more knowledge of the Midgard family, and which is Alexia's family, and again the kingdom that we're in, and we meet her older sister Iris. She's also overpowered as fuck. For like everyone else, not Shadow or Shadow Garden, she is fucking nutty. Fucking insane. Nutty. Now, in the beginning of this arc, there is an artifact that Iris wants to research. So she is trying to find someone to recruit to research it for yeah. She finds a character named Sherry, who And like my boy Shadow fucking pulls without even trying. Like I don't get it. He just does. But she like falls and he just helps her up after she fell, and she gave him the fuck me eyes. She's fucking terrible at all human interaction, but she gave him the fuck me eyes. All right, the oh please fuck me, daddy. I'm not gonna do it. Oh my god, holy shit. In the meantime, the Cult of Diablos, I'm just gonna call them the evil cult or the cult, just starts killing people in the name of Shadow Garden, and like that's where this arc starts. Now, Shadow is kind of forced into a fencing tournament and tries to find a way to lose in like the most like side character way, background character way, by like he even says like, oh, this is the technique of background character number 758, and the spinning death attack. Not a death attack. He gets hit and he fucking does bunches of spins and makes his opponent look good, which is Rose Oriana. She will be very important later on, so more foreshadowing. Now, she absolutely fucking destroys him, and she's like, oh my god, I respect you so much. And also, like, after we get past, the fencing part, because that's like sets up our next, the next big time in the arc. We get into the main chunk of this arc where our cult decides to invade the class, and they put up like this magical barrier so that no one can use magic except for the cult. So we start to see how broken, I guess, the cult can be. Not really. Meh. Anyways, they come in to Shadow's class, who is led by the class president, Rose Oriana. Again, she will be very important much later on. So she steps up to help defend the class, and as like the demon cult is trying to attack her, Shadow just runs up and like fucking gets slashed. And he does like this technique that he says where he like stops his heart and then like comes back after he like punches himself subconsciously. I don't know. Anyways, let's move on. Also, he pulls Rose because he fucking saves her life and she admires him for trying to put up a fight. Like, bro fucking pulls, and he doesn't even try. He doesn't want to be the main character, but he just fucking pulls, and it's great. I love it. So Shadow figures out how to get around the entire magic barrier pretty fucking easily because he's God. That's what I will continue referring to him as, is God. Shadow and God. Yeah. Shadow's a Giga Chad. He's a fucking Giga Chad, alright? So the first two of this, that's insane. Like, they were able to put 4 arcs in 20 episodes. You can hear my editor screaming, which is insane, because, like, we are only at episode 9. We have 11 more episodes to go in this show. And we're on to the Goddess Trial arc, where we meet Delta. Yeah, here we go. Cat lady, furries, let's go! You see, this is, okay, look. Furries. Delta's fucking batshit insane. She's overpowered, and she wears nothing but her hair. Her hair around her tits, and she wears panties. Look, okay? I don't want to be attracted to that. No. I'm not. But she's a cat lady. She has ears, tail, and everything. And that is why I have a beef with you furries. Respect to you guys for getting fucking the a handful of the cutest fucking characters in a lot of this anime. What if furries started in Japan? Ooh, that would make so much more sense. Huh. Anyways, but it's insinuated that her and Shadow have like this thing, but I don't know. And by the way, I am like skipping some of the filler parts because a lot of this, we start to get a little bit of filler. It's a little bit of filler, but also a little bit of plot. By the way, this is where our fan service jumps to an insane level. Like in the first 9 episodes, it's anime, right? It's not too bad fan service. But we get to this next arc, and it just goes gone. All right, you get insane shit. Like they bring in thongs, right? And I'm talking about this. I think it's Gamma. Gamma brings in thongs because she has all this knowledge from the other world because of Shadow. I don't know why Shadow was talking about thongs, but thongs. And Alexia and Iris have this entire shopping bit, and that happened. Anyways, we're gonna continue on. We also meet Epsilon, who also fakes her body parts, and it's actually fucking hilarious because her boobs just fall off at points in this arc, and it's just fucking hilarious because everyone's like, oh. She's like, did you see anything? And everyone's like, no. And then she's like, good. Because she's one of the more feared elves out there. So yeah. Epsilon. Fake titty girl. Go all you fake titty girls. We love you. We love all titty girls. We love all girls. And men. But in a respectful way, you know? Feel me? You heard? Word. Also, kind of forgot to say, Rose is also a princess of the Oriana Kingdom. And since Shadow saved her life, she forces him to be her boyfriend. But in a not so forcing way. Rose is kind of weird, alright? But my type though. So she's my type of weird, so if she was real, I'd tell her to call me. Cause she's hot. Anyways, Shadow was forced into a calling of the ancients because of Rose. After Shadow, so that's a Sid, right? And Sid purposely doesn't want to show how broken he is because he doesn't want anyone to know he's Shadow. Anyways, he ends up killing one of the probably the strongest person of ever time. Yeah, he kills her. And doesn't kill. I mean, he just defeats her because she's already dead. And a door opens. The door opens up to a place we call Sanctuary. So Alpha and her gang of Shadow Garden people go searching for answers because plot and lore dumping. That's pretty much a lot of this arc. It's lore dump. And since this arc is a whole lot of lore dump, we're going to skip a good amount of it because I'll let you get the lore dump like I did twice. Because look, I like the lore dump, but trying to explain the lore dump to you guys, it's just rough. Cause it's just ba 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 ba, and it's fucking non-stop lore dump. This is where we meet one of the Knights of the Round Table, and he just gets fucking obliterated by Delta and by Shadow. So yeah. On to the next arc, the final arc. Now we do get to get a look into the standing leader of the Oriana Kingdom, and supposed to be the suitor to Rose. His name is Perv Asshat. I fucking love his name. His name is Perv Asshat. I'm not shitting you. His name is Perv Asshat. Let's continue on. I will freak out every time I say the name Perv Asshat because I just love the fucking name of just Perv Asshat. Oh my god. Anyways, this is where Shadow used the moniker of Mundane Man! Remember when I said foreshadowing? Mundane Man! He has returned! So he is Shadow, and he's broken as fuck, as we know, because he's Shadow. Anywho, Rose stabs Perv Asshat. Fuck yeah. Fuck Perv Asshat. Stab that bitch! And then she runs away. Now, her dad is brain dead because of Mr. Perv Asshat. I will never not say his full name because his name is Perv Asshat. And he is also a part of the cult. And pretty much brain rotting Rose's father with like some fucking fluid shit, like medicine, I don't know. We also do get a little bit of lore dump here. And again, I'll let you go and get that lore. But we do get to where Shadow ends up playing on the piano, and he specifically plays this piece called the Moonlight Sonata. And he saves Rose, which honestly badass. He gives her power and the ability to do. He's part of the cult of the cult of Diablos, and is pretty much brain rotting Rose's father. We do get a little bit of lore dump, and again, I will let you go and get that lore. So let's jump to the part where Shadow ends up saving Rose by playing whenever he was playing the Moonlight Sonata on the piano in the tunnels where she was chilling. And honestly, badass. Rose gets the powers of Shadow Garden through Shadow, and at the end of the season, she becomes a part of Shadow Garden. And there's a whole lot more that happens, but this video is already super long. I do highly suggest you watch this show. It is over on High Dive, hashtag not sponsored. But you guys get to see how insane this anime is. Like I said, they just started releasing the second season. I believe right now it is only subbed, but I'm looking forward to the dub because that's how I watch anime. Get mad at me all that you want. I just prefer dubbed because I can't read. Reading is hard. Like, I wrote a script and I kind of like used a good amount of it, but I also bounced off of it because I can't read. Reading is hard, okay? Too many words jumbled together makes me anxious and I don't want to read, okay? Anyways, 10 out of 10 first season. I'm looking forward to the second season. Again, it's over on Hive Dive. Hashtag not sponsored. Okay, love you, bye.